Hello, fourth grade.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
This is Mrs. Ambrose.
And Miss Williams.
Coming back with practice lesson 16, which is the last one of these worksheets that you'll see. And I'm kind of excited about that.
I know. We got some pretty cool stuff for next week.
All right. And being the last lesson, and because you guys love us the most, I actually want to do all of the problems with you today because this is a review of stuff that you need to definitely know for next year, and they may be a little tricky if you were trying to do them on your own. So if you guys are ready to watch this video, you might want to let your friends know if they've already worked ahead and found this link and didn't watch the video that we did work out all the problems together. That may help them out. So let me get the paper pulled up here. And this one is, we're going to be looking at number lines. And we're going to be looking at number lines with fractions and with decimals on some of the problems. So we're going to look at 61 first. And if you notice, it says, to which number on the number line below is the arrow pointing? Well, let's look at our choices really quick. Our choices are either whole numbers or whole numbers with fractions. So we know that our answer has to be one of those. So we're going to look at this number. We know it has to fall between 2 and 3. But we don't know exactly where that line is, so we have to decide. So remember when we were looking at number lines, if it was divided into two parts, we know that our denominator is going to be 2, and it's the first line over, so we know that that's halfway between. So this answer would be that spot of where the arrow is at the whole number of 2 and halfway in between. You agree with that, Miss Williams?
I do.
Okay, so that answer would be 2.5, which is B. So you're going to mark B there if you have it printed out. If you don't, it's not a big deal. You can just be looking at this from your phone or from your tablet or computer. And if you did have a bubble sheet, you could go ahead and mark that. So 61, the correct answer was B. Mark it on there. And I think we should do number 62 also.
I think so too.
Now this one, we're going to use the same concept we just went over at looking where the number is, and our choices are all fractions. And so we're looking for a number that's between 5 and 6. Now we have to go back to our counting our fractions, and if you remember to our benchmark fractions, we had 1/4, then we have 1/2, and then we have 3/4. So if I have the number right here of 5 and the number right here at 6, and the middle number that's marked right up here is, this number is 1/2, we're looking at for this number that is right before. So that would be what, Miss Williams?
5 and 1/4.
So 5 and 1/4 would be where that number is, because it would be 1/4, 2/4 are 1/2, and then 3/4 would be right there. So back to those benchmark fractions that we had. So that would be, the answer would be
J.
All right, so we would go to our answer document if you have one, and if you don't, just writing it down on your paper that number 62 is J. Okay, now number 63 probably should be something that I could have made a mistake on too if I was making this worksheet. But when I was looking at this worksheet, and we are looking at the fact that now all of our answers, instead of being fractions, are decimals. So what we have to do on this one is, we know we're looking for a number between 5 and 6. So we know our whole number is going to be 5 point, but we have to figure out what they're counting by for our decimals. So if we look, this is counted by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each one of those is a 10th. Correct, Miss Williams?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that arrow's pointing over how many? 1, 2, 3. So that would be 5 and 3/10. Now, I want you guys to take a second and look at that real quick. Look at your choices right there.
I see a problem.
I see a problem there too, don't you, Miss Williams?
I think they made a boo-boo.
I think they may have. I don't think they gave us the right answer. So what you guys can do is, if you do have this paper right here, what I want you guys to do on 63 is you could just come out here and write 5.3 on the outside. Or if you're writing it down on your paper, you can just do it that way. Let's see how many of your friends aren't watching our videos and get tricked by this one, because I have a feeling we have some emails coming about a question on this one.
Yeah, probably. Probably a lot of emails.
Probably. And you know what I'm probably going to tell them? go watch the video. All right, so let's look at 64. My marker made a mark from the last question, but that's okay. This is the same thing. We're looking at our decimals, and we're going to be doing one that's between 10 and 11. So we know our whole number is 10, and we're counting by tenths again because theirs is divided into 10 spaces. So it's on that what number over, Miss Williams?
I think it's the second one.
Me too. So we have 10 points. So 10 and the second line would be 10 and 2 tenths, which would make that F. And that is the last problem and the last time I have to mark on one of these bubble sheets. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are excited too. And that was a bonus day since Miss Ambrose did all of the problems. And also, I have another surprise for you. I don't want you guys to worry about doing a certain IXL lesson, but this is what I want you to do. You know, all year long we tracked on how to make sure that you were having your overall level was at a star by doing questions in Diagnostic Arena. Since this is the last lesson of this kind, I want us to have an overall star so I can write down and track where you guys ended up towards the end of the year for math, what level you're at, whether you're at a 460 or maybe a 520. So just make sure you have a star under Diagnostic in your overall math level. And that's all they have to do for me today.
Well, that sounds pretty easy.
Okay, so I think we should be extra happy that we have made it through 64 math problems together.
I am extra happy.
I am extra happy about that, and we sure do miss you guys, and we still have some more math lessons and videos coming for you, but this was our last one of this kind of practice lessons.
All right, you guys have a great day.
All right, bye.